To some degree, there is a thing such as not waiting for the government to help you or to do anything for you. But to another extent, you can't deny that they keep the ability or the power to make certain people whole, and they make certain people whole that they want to. What is even that? Because power always leads to transformation if it's really power. So there's you telling me that there things can have a look and everyone can be kind of sidetracked and distracted, and everybody can kind of be superficially orientated, because at some point before all of this there was entropy that we couldn't deny. You couldn't deny that it was entropy. And even with entropy, meaning that all things deteriorate, you still had the meaning, which was like it could just be watching your genes hurling into the future. It could just be like a paternalistic role, that it could just be like a sense, like you just fulfilled a sense of duty, so then you won't hold on to the life past anything that's meaning for you, so you're not stupid then. But if the thing is, like, if we want to shift the meaning or the purpose into something else, like just being deterministic, like and then eventually becoming an efficient and productive industrial, and then you have all this production still has to drive an economy, so you still need people to want things that they can make in abundance, so things have to be like, the government has to choose who they want to make whole and choose it's like they have to. So they get corrupt because they take power past the point of any transformation. There's no transformation, it's just power. Well, you can't even bring up power without it regarding transformation. You can't bring one up without the other. And I'm not saying that this is like something we got to try and prevent, because there's no way anybody was going to prevent any of this. Eventually you have to shift the meaning of life into manufactured consent in a debt-based economy, and it has to be debt, because people need to have reliance on other people that keep things going. So in a sense that it's it's worth it for the powerful to lead us back into meaning, but they can lead you into esotericism and what's it called? Not autonomy. Never autonomy. We can be right almost right in front of our face, but it won't matter. What's it called? Austerity. Of course, they're the ones that like it, because they're the ones that are the target of it. If there was ever, when there was an age of austerity, and you probably only get one, because after that they'll remember and really like never want to let that happen again. So, unless it's under the auspices that they present us with, then they would love to have another age of austerity. See how fake it is? I mean, whose fault? It's not whose fault. Because you knew that we were going to become deterministic, and you knew like one thing leads to another. And then there's this like dirge and this like possible glut. And you don't really have to contribute anything to generate that glut of revenue. But everybody's going to want to be like you after you did that. So you got to give them fake things, like And like, if we're going to a new age and you got everybody behind you, we're delivering you into a new age of austerity. We're already esoteric, so what's next? We're going to become esoteric. Like, they won't make anybody whole. You just have a hold up, like a log jam. It's like a jam. Everything's jammed up. Everything's like stuck and like really stuck because you need like bureaucracy. Sooner or later, bureaucracy looks like the best laid plans. You know what I mean? It looks like your best attempt at, but it's actually just emergency measures, which at some one point in time worked. So you can't say it's evil. Just like with the industrial age and the debt creation and the manufactured consent and it gets to be too much when it goes into that like, just fucking concede that there's slippage, like there's lost, like you just gotta concede that there's inefficiency that, like, too, or there's this or there's that, or there's a limitation on where this all can go, and we have to pretend for people that we don't have these views. Every way you can think of to try to escape is fucked up. So there's an afterlife because there's afterlife because there's every really way that you could think of to escape is fucked up, and it's cheating, and it's not that things are difficult, it's that you're the only one who knows the difficult. Like, it's difficult in an obscure way that, like, people can shake a stick at, even if they don't deserve to be able to shake a stick at it. Because everything's evidence, right? So sometimes something beautiful happens when you give up hope, because it might be attached with an expectation that is it's a requirement that you can't expect people to be able to accommodate it. And then there's really just like, to show and prove you're smart, you know what I mean? Go out there and scam something. I don't really like, it doesn't really matter how you did it. You just need to do it, and then everything will just fall in place. But the thing is, like, it doesn't fall in place, and you have to keep scamming, or you have to keep doing that, because the power doesn't lead to transformation, then it leads to putrefaction, which is just another principle of organic material in the triple point of water with the atmosphere and oxygen, is that you have putrefaction. This is all science. I mean, I hate it that it's science. I hate it that it's so scientifical, because then people should know better, or they already do, and they're acting like they do. Even the part that you could say is like bad is not really bad. It's just another necessary process in coming up with like a what's it called? Like if you're gonna make something like gasoline or something, that shit looks like water, but it's not water. Like, that was only possible through, like, Bread walks through water and it becomes wine or something, or alcohol. Gin. A gin is a spirit. Gin, spirits. It's the water that bread walked through. But you know it's not water and you know it's not bread. You know, it's like a bunch of other things, but it basically is yeast. Let's see. One nice thing is that occultists can fail, and they don't have to accept it. They still fail. Like, it's consistent. They don't have to like it, but you didn't have to fail. So it's like I'm saying, is that you don't want to become a failed occultist because it's not necessary. It isn't necessary at all. And the ones that do, that to blow up a conspiracy or something that they can point to, that they could say that your senses don't, like, you know what I mean, like, you can't unoccult. You can't unoccult. You can't raise your frequency because there's no such thing as people like on a different level than a failed occultist. I'll just tell you that. I'll just tell you. Because that could be one thing that works in the end that they do, which is just repetition. The first one to discover, like, the nuke bomb, is like, instead of the nuke, the first one to discover was a lie. They might be able to effectively do that. Because I'm just the thing that makes sound. I'm just the noise-making machine. So we're all just things that make noise. So whose special noise gets to be the one to have the efficacy and make the impression on the psyche that you want to be magic?